Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, Tasmina, Mehwish, Asmat, Abdul Bashir. Can you tell me where are you from? Come on, be quick, be quick. I want all of you to put it in the chat box. Where exactly have you joined from? Which city? And yes, from Bangalore. Thank you. Yes. Who else? Come on, come on, come on. I can, yes. Anybody, any student here or parent? I want to know whether you are a student or a parent. Someone who is more anxious. I believe that parents are more stressed than students or children. How many of you believe that? Come on, put it in the chat. I'm so happy that all of you have joined. Yes, I'm from Mangalore. Okay, Abdul Bashir. From Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore, staying in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. Okay, Jazakallah. Okay, Walaikum Salam. Who else? Come on. So this is what I want all of you to, let me know if you are a parent, type P. If you're a parent, type P. If you're a student, write S. Type S in the comment section. Come on. We have got a lot of things to say. So Aisha, yes, okay. No direct message, please. It's all right. You can put it in the chat. No problem. It is for everybody. Okay. Don't give me direct messages. I'm open to all. So no direct message, please. Okay, Asmat is also a student. Mehwish is a student. Okay. What about your parents? I want your parents also to come here. Come on, call your parents. Go. Go and call your parents. I want your parents also to come because parents are the one who will make you stress. How many of you agree? Parents will make you get stressed. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. It's not a bit, it's more. Okay, I'll tell you how. I'll tell you. So I want your parents also. So parents are there or not? Come on, tell me. Be quick, be quick. If parents are there, call. If parents are not there, call them. Otherwise, if they are there, just write B. We are attending. Both of us are there. Parents as well as children. Both are attending. Come on. Type P if both are there. Okay. How many are there now? Come on. I've got a lot of things to share with you. Very little time we have. Very little time. Okay. So now moving forward, there is something called GetSetReady. It's a drive that we have all the parenting coaches together. Almost, it's a team of 1,700 plus parenting coaches. So we all have gone, on a drive. We have decided to go on a drive, which is called GetSetReady. So GetSetReady for exams. We know that we are all stressed, and I, as a parent of three, I know how it feels when children are having their exams, and it's not just one or two children. We've got three, four, or multiple when we have exams. So it gets overwhelmed sometimes, and we don't know how to handle all of that, right? So it becomes overwhelming, and sometimes we are so stressed that we don't know how to react also. So things go wrong haywire sometimes, not even in the control. How many of you agree with this? You don't know what to do, right? So as a mother, I really understand this pain of another parent, and at the same time, as a teen parent relationship coach, I know I'm dealing with a lot of teenagers right now. Even this morning I had to deal with a teenager who was talking about exams and her study timetable. So I told her, you also can join this particular program today, which I have. And then I gave her the schedule, exactly what has to be done. So one-on-one sessions, when we have a lot of queries we get on all these things. So I thought, why not, we can have this drive for a lot of people, so that a lot of people can take the benefit out of this. So that's how we are here today. Now, the topics that I'm going to discuss is why we feel stressed. I want all of you to put in your, type in the chat box as and when I ask you to type. Come on, promise. All of you will promise me or not? Come on. Will all of you promise me? Put it in the chat box, promise. Put it in the chat box, please. I want all of you. Your fingers should be super fast now. Yes. Okay. Yes, Zaina. Then anybody else? Okay, promise, promise. Yes, come on, come on. No direct message, please. It's all right. You can, I'm very transparent. I'm open to all. So it is message for everybody. Okay, Asya. Mariam Arij. Okay. Jazakallah, Jazakallah. Thank you so much. Now, I want to talk about why we feel stressed, or what is that which is causing you that anxiousness, and what are the repercussions in the long run. How is it going to affect the body, our mind, and what happens in the later stages. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about the tips for parents to shut their mouths. How many of you feel that this is mandatory now during the time of exams? Our parents should keep their mouths shut. That is 50% of our stress gets down. How many of you feel that? Afshan, okay. Yes, you feel, Shireen, it's normal. It's normal. But see, we were also raised in that same scenario, right? So we know how it feels, and but at the same time, we don't know now how to handle our kids. We are also passing that same pattern on to our children. Okay, so that's what is happening. Okay, subconscious parenting is being done. Whatever our parents have done to us, we are again carrying that forward to our children. So that's what is happening, and that has happened with me initially, not now, initially, alhamdulillah, but now it's all set. Okay, so I have, my children also have got exams. My son has got exams on 29th, inshallah. So this coming month, but I'm free, alhamdulillah. I'm totally free. I'm not having that stress, alhamdulillah. It's not just about me. There are many people, parenting coaches out there who are doing all these things. So I want even you people to be stress free. Okay, last year also we had done, me and my partner had done the same kind of session. I don't know how many of you have attended that session. Did you attend that session? How to stay calm during your children's exams. We had conducted that exam, that session. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the management tips, like study management, time management, and some simple techniques also, how you can stay relaxed. So I mean, if you will promise me that you will be staying there till the end, type end. You will be there with me till the end. You will promise me, inshallah. Come on. No, 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 inshallah. Promise end. Put it in the chat box, end. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to talk about, okay, can I talk a little bit about myself for those who don't know about me? How many of you are coming here for the first time? You are looking at me for the first time. Write F in the comment section. Write F. Okay, Rizwana. Who else? Be quick. Only one? Others all know me? Afshan knows me? Okay. Mariam, you know me? Shireen also? Okay. Samina, Asma, Fairoza. Okay. Jazakallah, Jazakallah. Thank you. Okay, so those who don't know about me, just a small introduction. I don't have to tell much about me, because what I feel is I'm just a common person, just like you, a normal person like you. But I had that urge to go and give some message to the parent community when I realized what are the falter. I mean, where did I falter? What did I do? Where that message which I got in myself as a parent, as a lecturer for more than a decade. I was a lecturer also, and I worked as a principal also in a school, in a college in Mangalore. But then what happened was, it's like a flashback. Whatever has happened, I had an emergency. Due to an emergency, I had to quit my job, and later on, it so happened that I was in a fix. Like, I started learning about myself, about brain, about mind, about the human nature, what is happening, the behavioral skills, why we behave like this, why children behave like this, all that. I started learning about the behavioral patterns, and that's where I realized what was my fault. And then as a parent, as a teacher, no one guided me about all these things. And then thereafter, I started learning more about this and got some certifications. And alhamdulillah, right now I'm in front of you having, these sessions, taking all these sessions mainly because I want the community to get that benefit. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I'm able to do this right now with lots and lots of effort from my end also, because going offline and online, there is a lot of difference. I hope you know it. Those who are teachers will know how difficult it is. Although we speak a lot in the classroom, it's quite difficult to talk to a black screen when nobody is there. Literally nobody is there on the screen. I can see only my face right now, right? And it's quite difficult. It's not easy to talk to a black screen. Okay, so if you are kind enough to understand me, please turn on your cameras so that I can also, have that ease to go and talk to you. At least somebody is there whom I can talk to, right? Okay, just a gentle request that I have from you all. If you want, you can wear your niqab also. You can come with your ice scarf. That's not an issue. But if you are really, you want to help me, then at least come on the camera. Okay, so that's what I am right now. I don't want to tell more about this. Now, why have we got to talk about stress? How many of you feel stressed during the time of exams? Come on, come on. How many of you feel, yes, I am stressed? I get stressed during the exams. Asma, you can directly message me. You need not put it in the direct message. You can put, to everybody. I mean, keep it for everyone. Okay, Fairoza also is there. Afshan is there. Okay. So Fairoza is a parent. I know you are my student. Okay, Shireen also, Afshan also. Okay, Afshan also is a parent. Not too much. I felt prepared. Okay. So when your preparation is done, once you're done with your all preparations, you're not stressed. Of course. Of course. That's good. What about others? Anybody else would like to share? We feel stressed. Which grade are you in? Can you tell me which grade are you in? Mehwish and others, or your children are, which grade are your children in right now? Okay. Mehwish. Fine. Grade 10, grade 9, grade 6-year-old. Okay, grade 7 and 3. Barakallah fik. Okay. So grade 10. Mashallah, mashallah. Very nice. Nice to know that you have that, you are very anxious to know about these things, and, you want to know more about, uh, how to overcome or combat your exam stress. That's wonderful. So I really appreciate each and everyone for joining me here today. Okay, Asia and Mariam, 7th and 12th. Great, great. Third, fourth, and seventh. Okay, so third, fourth, and seventh. Children are stressed, or you are stressed. Come on, tell me. You are stressed or children are stressed? Okay. Yes, we seem to be more stressed than our children, right? Yes, of course. So why should we learn more about these things? See, NCERT has given a report saying that, okay, both are stressed. Okay, both are stressed. Wonderful. So NCERT is telling that 80% students suffer from anxiety issues, exam pressure, and exam anxiety. 80% of students, can you imagine? So who may be those 20%? Those people who are already prepared for the exams, who are not scared. Maybe their process or their pattern is totally different. Okay, so I don't say that those 20% are always the top scorers. No, they are not. But exam anxiety is not there in them. Okay, maybe they are very low scorers sometimes, but they have no worries. Okay, and again, there are almost around 45% who are suffering because of lack of respect in their household. Parents are not respecting them, neighbors are not respecting them, their teachers are not respecting them. Why? They score low. Can you imagine? Just because of that, 45% of student community is getting that pain, and 33% complied with the peer pressure. Just look at that person. Look at your sister. Look at your brother. What has happened? So there was a case where I want to talk about a case study where a small child who was in grade 10 abruptly stopped going to school. Okay, she abruptly stopped going to school, and the reason was not known to the parent was, I mean, she was very good in studies, almost a topper. She was supposed to be the third topper in the class, but she stopped going to school when the exams were approaching, and it was quite difficult for the parents also to analyze what is the issue. I mean, what is the problem? Nobody was aware of, like, what has to be done. So a lot of things were happening, pressurized. She was being pressurized for a lot of, I mean, by a lot of people to go to school. But she just resisted. She said, I'm not going to go to school anywhere. She used to go till the gate, and then she used to come back. No, I cannot. And then she was counseled, and later on it was realized that it's because her dad used to compare her in the sense, you have seen your brother, how he failed in the exam. If you do not give that attention, your condition is also going to be the same. You got it? See, it's not directly he is comparing the child, but that pressure that she had, when comparison is given, it is like, you will be in the same state if you are also not giving attention, just like your brother has flunked. He is not able to get good marks, or he scored very less in his 10th standard. You are also going to get less. That's where it was almost 15 days, counseling was done, and later on she was able to score well, and she has got almost distinction, alhamdulillah. Why did this happen? See, this is very important. We don't know in what ways we are creating that pressure as parents here. So I want both of you to join. So how many of you have called your parents now? Call your parents also. It's very important session for both parents and children. If you have your friends, anybody who needs this session, go and send the link. Go. It's okay. They need not come and join this group or something. Just go and send the link across to those people who really need this. Okay. And one of the reasons we have here is the anxiety issues. Anxiety about exams is causing a lot of it. It's the, I would say, the leading one of the reasons, I would say, for suicidal rates. I mean, it's not my report, it's all NCERT reports. Okay, so this is why we need to learn about the anxiety, or why our children are anxious. Now tell me, what is that fear that comes to the mind? Why are we very scared about exams? You know why? Why are we scared about exams? During the classes, even when we stepped onto our LKG or our Mont 1 or Mont 2 section, that's where our parents came and told us, hey, you have got exams. The child is not even aware of what exam is all about. And that was a playtime. But what do we say? Oh, you've got exams, no playing now. Look at the tone. The tonality of the parent makes the child get anxious. Array, what is this exam all about? How many of you agree with me? How many of you feel that this is truth? That's where the fear has gone. It has entered our mind at that point of time when our parents told us, oh, you have exams. No going outside, no going to play. You can't. Remember this. This is the very first mistake that we do. We have got that. Now it has been inherited. Now we are going to pass it on to our children. Then comes the 3 F's. See, our brain is designed. Okay, we have something called the reptile brain. Reptile brain is something which gives, reacts to any kind of pressure or any fear it has. It comes in that 3 forms, 3 F. The state of F, I would say. So 3 Fs will be there. The moment you get that fear, how it responds with 3 Fs. One is, it is freezing. It stays, like it stays where you are, like you don't want to move around. Or it flees, you will run away from that. Or you fight against it. So here what happens, most of us are trying to flee from this exam. We don't want that pain. We are created in that way that we want to run away from pain. Our brain is designed like that. We want to run away from that pain. So this pain is creating a lot of issues, and that's where we feel that this is totally impossible for us to work with this fear. So I don't want this exam, and that's where suicides happen. Okay, fear of losing our grades. How many of you have this fear of losing, loss of success? I will not be successful. It's not worth enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm getting very low marks, right? These are all the reasons we have. These are all the reasons. Okay, yes, thank you, Afshan. You are the only one who was replying. So this is what is happening. Okay, the feeling of letting somebody down. I'm not worthy. I'm not as good as my friend. I'm not as good as my neighbor. I'm not as good as my child, as my brother. These kinds of thoughts get into our mind because of the parental pressures or the teachers' pressure. I mean it when I say teachers also. Teachers are also causing this pressure. I recently, just last week, I got a child who was telling me, who was complaining about a school in Mangalore. She is telling me that the teachers are telling, ma'am, I see child, they are telling the child that we will not be telling about any of your mischievous deeds. Whatever you've been doing in the classroom or outside the classroom, whatever mischief, we are not going to tell your parents, provided you give us good marks. Look at the way teachers are training our children. Got it? That is going to be, I don't think it is having a the long lasting effect, but it can cause some kind of repercussions. Okay, so it can cause some repercussions. So we need to understand now, what is it? What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms that my child is anxious about? How will you know as a parent? How will you know that my child is anxious, or my child is having that anxiety about fear, or that fear about the exams? How will you know it? The physical symptoms, he starts perspiring, sweating will be there, or palpitations will be there. I have seen children when they go to swimming. I mean, they initially start swimming also, they have their heartbeats also raise. It's not just about swimming. Anything new they are trying to do, they are very scared to do that work, right? It's beyond their comfort zone, and that's the reason they have that kind of palpitations. They have some of them have got headaches. How many of you have experienced your children telling you that, mama, my stomach is paining, I can't go to school during the exams? Most of the time, right? It happens because they are anxious about exams. These are physical symptoms. They get fatigue or they get tired very soon. Yes, very bad headache. Of course, these are all the physical symptoms, my dear. And then comes the emotional symptoms. If you come across your children having mood swings very often during the time of exams, just before the exams, or maybe 1 week prior to the exam, the due date, they get mood swings, they get restless, or sometimes they don't sleep, they get nightmares. That means, or sometimes even bedwetting. Emotional symptoms. Make sure that they are not fearing about exams. Don't make them get scared about exams as we have suffered. We don't want our children to be like that. Yes or no? How many of you feel that our children should be safe? They should not have the same kind of suffering that we have suffered, right? Yes, let us facilitate that. Let us facilitate. We want our children to be on the safer side, right? So let us try our level best to make sure that our children don't have these kinds of issues. And then what about the behavioral symptoms? They have lack of interest in those things which they actually had interest. For example, the child was trying to play football. Now he has stopped. Why? We don't know why. It is somewhere in the subconscious that fear is there in the mind. That's the reason they are not able to. And they have no appetite. They are not feeling like eating anything. They are not hungry. They procrastinate things. They don't want to go to take up math, for example. They try to take out, leave that pain aside. They don't want to take that pain at all. Math is always procrastinated. How many of you feel there you can resonate these points? We have done this, right? There was nobody to tell all this to us. Yes or no? We have done this. We procrastinated and we used to sit isolated somewhere around, we are staying aloof. We don't want to stay with anybody. We don't want to talk to anybody. Why? Why? We are scared. We are scared of exams, but we are not able to express that either. Children cannot express. Let me tell you, they are very poor in expressing. It's our duty to understand through these behavioral symptoms, emotional symptoms, physical symptoms, what are they trying to express? As parents, it's our duty, it's our responsibility to do that. Right? So let us be, in that state of mind to go and facilitate to be a better parent right away. Okay. Then what are the repercussions? What will happen in the long run when you have this examination fear? You may think that, ma'am, it is for just 12 years, let them be, it's all right. And after that, they are just fine. No, it's not. It's how it is affecting the entire life. I'm going to tell you about that as well. You have something called the cortisol, the chemical that is released during the time of anxiety. Okay, during the time of pressure. Usually there are three chemicals. Okay, the one is dopamine, the other one is oxytocin, the other one is cortisol. So cortisol is something which is, which is released in the body due to pressure. But what happens is when this pressure is exceeded or you get a lot of pressure, sometimes I don't know if you have watched my latest reel, which I have talked about cortisol. It is, I have told there that cortisol is something which which is, affecting the long-term happiness of the child. Okay, it is not allowing you to take decisions properly, it's not allowing you to socialize, it's not allowing you to mingle with people. Okay, and you are not able to exactly do what you want. You need validation all the time. You seek validation from somebody. So this is the long term effect of when you have high cortisol rates. And experts are telling that mainly parents are responsible for high cortisol rates in children. Unfortunately, nobody knows about this. Don't you think, as parents, we need to do something? It's at this point of time their brain shuts down completely. Completely. They want to avoid that pain, and that's where they either go for self-harming or they want to do something which, they want to run away from that particular exams or that fear what they have. Our brain is designed like that. We don't want that pain to be there. And that's where we run away. We avoid that pain. Maybe some of them go, they just flee from, the place or that house. They run away from the houses, or they commit suicide, or they do certain things which we don't even expect. Sometimes they even murder somebody out of pain, because they don't want that pain to be there. They don't know how to deal with it. And these are the things that causes a lot of, relationship issues, trust issues, and also all that physical problems which I told you. This can cause trouble. This can cause trouble. So it's all the repercussions that I have told. Even there are other things also that I have to discuss. It's about the, you will have that fear of failure all the time. You don't feel like getting into any task. You have that fear in the mind that what if I fail? What if I am not able to succeed? What if something goes wrong? Who is there to support me? Somebody, you are seeking support all the time because of these kinds of anxiety issues. And you're not able to plan something. You lack confidence. The confidence is the base for everything. your creativity, your what do you call it, your character, everything depends on the confidence level. If the confidence is low, there is no base at all. The foundation is not set. So ultimately, I would say the lack of confidence means it is totally, you will not have any creativity in you, or your character also building will not happen. Your character building cannot take place. Okay, that is where we have to think about this. Overthinking takes place, seeks validation, decision making gets poor. So this is all, these are all the repercussions, or these are all the long-term effects. Now, how many of you want to know about the solutions? Now, jo ho gaya, so ho gaya, ma'am. Now tell me what we have to do, right? Yes, since half an hour we've been talking about this only. Now you want solutions, right? I'm going to talk how to stay relaxed. Excited to know? Type in EX, excited. Okay. So if you haven't yet shared the link, please share the link with others in case anybody wants. Okay. Just a moment, somebody is not able to join. I'll just send the link across to somebody here in the, I mean, someone needs this link. Okay. Okay. Okay, so all are excited to know something, how to stay relaxed. Now, relaxation is not just for parents, it is also for children. So you will stay till the end. Okay, I'm going to talk something about relax. Now, R, okay, it's just an acronym that I want to explain about relax. Now, what is this? This is for parents. Okay, this relax is entirely for parents. Now, how many students are there? They must be jumping now out of joy. Mama, now see, right? She will see now. Yes or no? Okay. Now, the first thing for parents, remind yourself that you are the only parent for your child. Remind yourself that there is no one else. You are the only one. And your child is totally depending on you. It's left to you what you want to do. You want to break the child or make the child. It's entirely your decision. It is up to you to understand there is no one else in the world who can replace a biological parent. How many of you agree with this? How many of you feel that, yes, I was the one who used to not give that attention? I'll tell you, I mean it. When I said what happened is I was working and, things were going on so well that it so happened that even my children, when they were sick also, I had to go to my school or my college. But later, one part of time, I realized things at school, anybody can replace me at any point of time. Even if I leave abruptly, or if I just leave the school and come, there is somebody who can replace and things will go on fine. But I cannot be replaced at home. A mother or a father can never be replaced. Understand this point. Okay. The biological parent of the child should be the same, and nobody can replace it. Remember this. Exams can go anytime. Exams can come, exams can go, and your child is not meant for answering this exam. He is meant to answer the life's exam, which has got different question paper. Understand that. This is not the common question paper for your child. And your child is not born for that, for this. Yes or no? Yes. So this is what we have to understand. Next, remark about previous exams should never be done during the exam time. When the exams are approaching, last time also I know how you have done, how you scored well, we know how you have done, or what is your performance in your last exam, we know about it. This is all the common, I would say, the tone, right? Don't go to talk about this. Already the child is stressed. Okay, we have infused all that. Now, please do not give them any comments about the previous exams. I'll tell you what you have to do. Instead, how to empower, I'll tell you about that. But now, make a note of it that you will not talk anything about the previous exams, and regulate your emotions at this point of time. Just imagine when you are stressed and somebody is again coming and hovering over you and telling you, hey, what have you done? Why did you do this? Why don't you do this? Why have you not done this yet? Are you going to get stressed more or not? You will be. Absolutely, we are getting stressed. We get more, that pressure when somebody is hovering, when somebody gives us that abusive talks, that arguments take place, right? So regulate your emotions now. Regulate your emotions. At this time, calmness is very, very important. Very important. Creative, create a conducive environment for learning. Try to make sure that the house is entirely filled with love and affection. It's not about exams. Exams are not everything in life. I mean, this exams, I mean, when I say about these exams, the exams that are happening in the classroom or the board exams, they are not everything. Try to make yourself very clear about it. Make the entire, your home environment to be, to be pleasing and calm. That calmness, that serenity should be there, so that in the morning only somebody is listening. Somebody wakes up in the morning, they should not feel like rushing to the school. Make that environment so friendly that the child feels at ease. Okay, I can stay back. Okay, no problem. This is something, calm and quiet place. I can stay back for a while. And then reward them for whatever little achievements they have done. Anything that they have done, try to reward them for it. Okay, anything good that they have given to you, just do that. Try to give some rewards for all those things. The second thing is about E, or expectation management. How do you give your expectations? What kind of expectations you have regarding your exams? If you are expecting which is not genuine, your expectations are not genuine, please make sure, why have you got those expectations? You can't expect your child to fly, right? You can't expect your child to swim. Your child can walk, your child can run, that's all right. So make sure that you are having genuine expectations. Make sure that your expectations shall not make the child get worried. Okay, so write down your expectations and express those expectations to your child as well, and see if it is matching or not. If they're not matching, just wipe it off. Don't go for it. Maybe you are, see, I'm talking even about hips. Even about, if it is about hips, try not to pressurize your children. It's going to harm them. You are totally going to ruin their life later. Don't go to do that. I'm telling you, because this will cause a lot of trouble in your children. The long term effect, as I mentioned in my previous slide, I know I have told you what is happening in the long run, how it is going to impact. So this, keep that in mind. Ensure that the required resources are given in time. Don't let things, don't have last minute shopping, last minute preparation, all that things, all the resources. Like for example, the child needs stationery, child needs certain things for the exams. See to it that you provide them beforehand, because they are not worried. Small little things also, they get worried. Mama, my pencil lead is not there. You have not bought it. What if I miss it? What if you forget? The last day, if you forget, then what, Mama? I'm really worried about it. And these things, children get worried about all that. So make sure that you are giving them all that required resources well in advance. How many of you are able to get some points here? How many of you feel that, yes, this is worth, the session is worth or not? Tell me. Or you're just listening? Are you taking some notes? Taking down some notes? No. Okay. 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 Exchange of feelings should be there, not exchange of talks. What is the difference now? It's not about the talks, it's about the feelings. How he feels about exams, how he thinks about exams. What are his emotions? What are your emotions about exams? What did you have about, what were you thinking when you were young? What have you thought about exams and how it has brought that, your life has changed, what has happened, how it has impacted your life? All those emotional talks are to be exchanged and not rest of the things. You have to understand this. Don't tell her how was the exam, show me what is the mistake that you have done here, where will you lose a mark, now come on tell me which one. That's not the exchange. You are not going to exchange about all that. Eliminate negative talks and pressures. Try to make sure that, see, that is a time where children tend to go into the past and think about whatever has lost, whatever they have lost. Make sure you empower them with the affirmations. What you need to do, I told you in the last slide, which I have told here, that is, you cannot give more,
Animals that can live
emotions on
in
your,
animals that live in
you can't
jungle
simply
that
argue
can
or
that live
over
in
your child.
jungle are
Shame
called
some things,
wild.
this is wrong.
Example
But then
lion.
what to do?
What animals that can live in and around our home
Sana,
are called such
you
animals.
want to say something? Okay, I'll just resume after the azan, please. Okay. Okay. So let me just resume this. So what happens is, how many of you feel that whenever when you were going to answer the exam, I mean the toughest, imagine the toughest question paper or the toughest subject or the headest subject that you're answering, and you have your inner voice coming and telling you, you will fail this time. You will not be able to score. How many of you are able to resonate that? Had that thing in the mind all the time? Oh, this time also, I don't think I will be able to. I'm totally blank, ma'am. Teachers, when you see the teacher or the invigilator coming and entering the classroom, you feel this has happened with us. Yes, it happens. It happens with everybody. It happens with our children also if we also do the same thing. Always try to make sure that you give them affirmations and empower them. Last time you had done a very good job. Remember, 2 years ago, what subject you felt? Right now you're not, you feel this is the toughest one, but you know what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you scored well. You were the one who got the top in, you scored the highest, or I would say, that whatever affirmations, whatever you are able to give, any positive comments about the child's achievements, do that right away before the child is leaving, before you have those, that 1 week of gap, or before the exam and during the time of exams, almost I would say 15 days. Make sure you give them lot of affirmations. I know that you can excel. I know, I'm sure that you will inshallah try to get, you can score better this time. I'm 100% sure. So try to talk about these things instead of talking negatives. I know what you have done last time also. How much are you able to score? I have done, I have seen. No, try to give them more affirmations, and this can really cause that empowering state of mind in the child. And the moment he starts thinking about it, it gets the kind of anchoring, we call it, in the mind language, mind programming, we have that language, we say it's anchoring. So what happens in anchoring is that we try to associate good feelings with the bad feelings so that the good feelings can work in the positive way and shun that negative feelings around. Got it? That's how you need to do. That's how empowering state we try to have in our children. So the maximum thing that you have to do here is negative talks and pressures are to be eliminated, and try to empower them with more of these kinds of affirmations. How many of you are able to get these points now? You're able to understand this? At least try to rectify. Yes? You were able to get some insights. Shall we move forward? I'm talking something about L now. In relax, I'm going to talk something about L. Okay, I've got only one respond. I've got only one response so far. Okay, now coming to L. L for looking after yourself first. How many of you feel that during the time of exams, we have no time at all, ma'am? No time at all. Thank you for responding, Tasneem, Asma, Shireen. Yes, Fairoza. Thank you so much. Looking after ourselves is very important. Me time without mobile, under brackets. Me time is very, very important. Take care about yourself first, about your emotions, about how you can face your issues. How are you going to face the challenges? All that things you have to be very calm initially. Take into consideration only those things which you have to take into your mind. Rest of the things just leave it aside. Don't go to bother much about those things which are causing you trouble. Okay, put it into another box or another baggage in the mind. Okay, make sure that you have to take care about yourself, and then lesser the distractions. Why I tell you this is our screen time can cause a lot of distraction in our children. How many of you feel that because of our distractions, children get more into all these things? When we are watching the screen, when we have our mobiles with us, and then we are telling, hey, go and read, come on, revise. And we have this loud YouTube videos running side by side. Will the child be able to do it? So lesser your distraction time. When you are getting distracted, see, you can't expect the child also to go and sit there. I mean, we are also not able to do it, right? We had TVs, and when our parents used to watch TVs during the time of exams, even we were getting that temptation to go and see, oh, what has got now, what is that scene, what is that in the serial, what has happened. We go and peep slowly. That was happening. So try to reduce it. Don't go to have those distractions, especially out of sight is out of mind. Keep your mobile out of sight. Switch it off. Keep it somewhere, or keep it in the silent mode somewhere else where nobody can see it. Okay, any emergency, you give another number, anybody's number, and see that one small mobile can be you can keep that small mobile where you don't have any Android kind of, any WhatsApp or these kinds of multimedia sources that you can watch. Loud stress, please avoid it. Yelling, on the top of the voice, we start yelling at our children. Of course, it happens. I understand. I agree. Even in my house, it has happened. Okay, it has happened, and especially during the time of exams when all the three children are have got their exams. I know it's quite alarming, and we are not able to control, but see to it that calmness is maintained at home, in the room, in the study environment, because once that calmness is gone, the child, it takes a lot of time. The brain, when it is shutting down, it takes a lot of time to come out of it. Once the brain gets shut down, it's very difficult to get another again to that level of concentration. So I want all of you to make you yourself understand that mainly we have to work on this calmness. Our talks, negative talks, negative, the blaming or shaming somebody, or trying to hover upon the child, saying that, oh, completed or not, this have you done or not, I have gone, I went outside and came, now what have you done, did you go to check your mobile or not, hovering over everything like a helicopter. You can't do that. Learn your child's mind. What kind of what kind of processing takes place in the child's mind. Try to understand what are his likes, dislikes, how he, what is the pattern that he has. All these things we have to understand and analyze. Only then we are able to put forth our thoughts and our ideas as well. Whether the child is able to take it or not, we have to understand that. And that, as a parent, we need to understand. We need to make sure what kind of, what kind of habits the child has, the behavioral patterns the child has. These things we have to know. Whenever I ask, when I counsel children, parents usually tell that, when I ask them what are the hobbies, no ma'am, he doesn't have any hobby, he only sits and plays with his mobile. Absolutely wrong statement. Not a single child is born without a hobby. Let me remind you that each and every one, Allah says in the Quran, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. I have created you in the best and best of the stature. Mankind is created like that. Then, if that is the case, we have one particular quality in us which is totally different, right? And our parents should notice that. Unfortunately, our parents are not able to identify it. Okay. The learning language of the child has to be facilitated, whether the child is auditory, kinesthetic, or visual learner. If he is a visual learner, what kind of traits? I usually discuss this in my sessions which I have when parents come to programs like this. Okay. Identify their hobby and help them motivate towards it. We need to work hard. Yes, on that, absolutely. Because that's where you feel it is, you feel it's not very important. But let me tell you, these are something which causes lot of, it brings lot of motivation. Hobbies are the source, I would say. Okay. The source of working. It's an intrinsic motivation that you get. Hobbies are giving you intrinsic motivation. So learn about that. And also the learning language, as I told you, you have to identify whether the child is learning through visuals or auditory. He's an auditory learner or a kinesthetic learner, which is totally out of emotions and what he does with his hands and bodily what he does. Is that the way? So you have to identify and facilitate accordingly. What kind of learning habits he has, based on that, we have to try to facilitate that. Okay. Then comes the long-term happiness and outcome. See, we can't say that we have to focus on the process and not the outcome. I personally don't believe it. I feel whenever we have something, Allah also says in the Quran that you have to go and search for the outcome. Go and see what is the outcome, right? So when that is there, we have to go and see for the long-term outcome, the long-term happiness. It's not about this exam that matters. It's about the long-term happiness that matters a lot. So once that cortisol rates are high, how will the child manage to take decisions? How will the child manage to do certain things on his own? Right? Understand that. So long-term happiness has to be focused, and also the outcome or the results of what we are doing right now with our children, that has to be taken into consideration. And also, I would like to give you the statement. Put it somewhere on the walls. Love the child you have, not what you want. Okay, love the child that you have and not what you want. I want all of you to write and stick it somewhere on the walls. Seriously, I mean it when I say this. We have to do it. And then A. A is ask for help. Ask for help if you need. Whenever you need some help, just go and seek somebody's help. I don't say you have to come to me. Anyone for that matter, you feel that somebody is resonating, just go and seek their help. Somebody, anyone for that matter, maybe your own relative, your own senior person, maybe senior citizen at home whom you can resonate, or he can understand you, she can understand you in a better way. Go and just ask for their help. And adapt a routine. Manage your own time. You should know how to manage a time, how to make them get up in the right at right time, and what are the things to be managed. It is our duty to do that and show it to our children. This is the time we have to wake up. This is the time we have to go for prayers. This is the time we have to do this. So this, it should be a set routine. You can't fluctuate all of that. You can't say that, ma'am, I cannot manage at all, this is highly difficult for me, I am not able to do it. No, it's not. That is our responsibility. And abstaining them from comparing the marks or the schedules. For example, my neighbor, she has 4 hours of study time, and my daughter is just having 1.5 hours. Study time, scheduling, planning, whatever they have done in hours will not be compared. You cannot compare it. Okay. And also take care of diet. I will be talking about this with the children also. So see to it that no heavy food or, kind of caffeine is given to them. Of course, light coffee, tea should be given. Okay, light coffee and tea should be given, but not at that, to that extent that, you can increase their caffeine. You can't do that. Also keep handy the water bottles and nuts and fruits together when things are, when they have their exams. So a lot of things they need. And adequate sleep is mandatory. See to it that they sleep well. And this, what happens is, when they sleep, it increases their concentration and memory power. Okay, so they are able to maintain their stress also. It will help in lowering the stress. So if the child is sleeping, it's okay. I mean, the entire day sleeping I would not recommend, of course, that's not. But if it is, if the child wants to sleep, take a nap. I'm going to talk about Pomodoro technique also, inshallah. We will be discussing how you need to take that sleep, or what kind of nap you have to take. I will be talking about that in the upcoming slides, inshallah. So stay tuned. What if the child doesn't want to eat breakfast before going to the exam? It depends. You can't change the pattern right now. If that is a pattern which is built from the beginning, only from the, I mean, years, he is in the same pattern that he doesn't want to eat during the time of exams in the morning. He's used to it. Then don't go to change the pattern now. It's not going to help. Or it may turn adverse also sometimes. So don't go to do that right away. But if he has not got that, now he is feeling that I should not eat, I should use this because somebody has told me you should not eat your breakfast before going to the exam, someone has told, and let me try. Then please don't do it. Don't go to change your patterns now, it's not going to help. Okay, so make sure if it is there, then follow the same, otherwise no. Now relax, in that I have to talk about extricate unnecessary commitments. You feel that as a mother, I have to do so many things. I have to take this also. I have to do this also. I have to take care of that also. Please, no, need not. Need not. Okay, I'm going to talk about this 4 Ds here, which are going to help you. If you feel that you're not able to manage all that as a mother, as a father, you feel that you are getting overwhelmed, you can't manage all that work, drop it. The 4 Ds. Drop few things which are not important. You feel this is not important for me, okay, drop it. Or you feel this is okay, I can delay this for some time. After the exams, I can carry it forward, then go for it. Delay that work. Then you can also delegate few of the things which you are not able to do it. You feel that okay, this is highly impossible right now for me, but somebody can do it for me. Then delegate that work. Give it to somebody. Let them do it for you. Okay, and if all that remaining things are there which you ought to do it, do it. Those are the 4 Ds. Got it? Anybody who is not able to understand, how many of you are able to get some insights here and some bulb on moments? Come on, type in BO. Bulb on. Come on, BO. Students are there with me? Children are there with me? Children are there? Come on, write, type yes if children are there. Children must be so happy. Wow, my mother is getting nice things here. Let her at least change now. Okay. Yes, kids are there, mashallah. Very good. Very good. And I want to tell all our children here, you must be lucky to have parents like this who are willing to change. They have come here to change themselves. Right, mashallah. So let us take it in that way. Our parents want to change themselves, and that's why they are here. Okay, extend your care and support all the time. Care and support. Exalt their past success stories. That's what I want to tell you here. Tell them more about their success stories, whatever they have done in the past, the successful, whatever they have achieved something, talk more about that. Make them feel, they are in the air. They make them feel that, yes, I can do it. Come on. You're pumping them so much that they want to just fly. Let them do it. That's where our words, our gestures, our tone matters. That's where we communicate, our, rather than talking something ill about our children or talking negative about our children, about their misbehaviors, or something which is, their losses, which they're not able to accomplish something. You don't have to talk about those things. Talk about that which is successful. How you have, the way you have presented yourself on the stage the other day, how you have done that. Remember, you have that confidence in you. That's why you went and spoke on the stage. Talk about that. When you are very confident there, here also you can do it. Come on. I trust you. That's it. That is the spirit that that children want. Try to do that. Exposing the child's weakness will actually try to hinder their success. Make sure that their self image is always, at the peak. If the self image is low, they are not able to get any kind of success. Okay. So make sure that their self image is presented in such a way that they always try to believe in themselves. Got it? So relax. How many are able to get? Type relax. How many are able to get the meaning what relax is all about? Parents, type relax. Thank you so much. Yes, come on. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. What about others? Yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on. I have 22 people here. Come on. All of you. Yes, Hasina, Tahira, Huda, Zahina. Thank you so much. Noaim, Rihan. Yes, come on. Tasneem, Tasmina. Jazakallah, Jazakallah. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, you have your kids along. I'm going to talk something about study management as well. We've got one more hour. Within 1 hour, I'm going to finish it off, inshallah. So, let me know. Your kids are there along? How many have got your kids now? Go get your kids now. Call your kids. They should be here. I'm going to talk something very important here. Yes, yes, yes. Both should be there. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to talk about study management, about time management, about fitness, or about the health or the diet, and some relaxation techniques also. Okay. So you will be there till the end. Promise me that you will be there. P. Promise. P, P, P. Come on, type P. All of you. Ma'am, math exam tomorrow. So you're still worried. You're still worried about math exam. Got it. Okay. Now, I'm going to help you to be relaxed even during your math exam. Understand? R for realize your worth. You are not meant to write the exam here. You are a genius. You are born genius. Allah says, that's what I said. You are born genius. So you are not meant to write these exams. Okay, understand this point. You are born to answer separate question paper, customized question papers you have in life, right? You want to answer that. So feel good about yourself, think good about yourself, motivate yourself to do something all the time that you have been good at. Whatever you have been good at, try to know more about it. Try to think about that. Try to make sure that you believe in yourself first. Whatever your image is, try to exalt that. Try to think more about it. Okay, enhance that image. And then always make sure that whenever you are late, it causes you stress. But when you are reporting before the time, when you are there before the time, I mean, when you enter the examination hall, or you leave the room, you leave the house before your exact time, what happens is you will not have that stress. I will be late. What if I delay? What if I don't get time? All that thing. So all those stress will be reduced. Okay, you have to follow the kind of routine every day. This can help you even during the time of exams. That's how you have to maintain it. So just even 15 days before the exam itself, you have to have a routine. Make sure you have all the time, you get up in the same time, you wake up at same time, you have your breakfast at same time. So that's how you need to plan. You have to have your routine. Recall about your success stories. I'm sure one or the other success stories you have in your life. How many of you agree with this? Come on, tell me. Agree or not? Do you agree that there is at least one success story in life? You have done something, one, at least one. Why not talk about it? Why not think about it? Right? So, success stories, try to think more and more about that stories and enhance it. Give a clear picture about that. Ultimately what we do is, most of us, what the mistake that we do is, we try to be in guilt, we try to think about the negative experiences, we try to think about the negative stories that has happened in life, rather than the positive ones, rather than the ones that are, rather than these success stories. We think more about unwanted things, whatever has happened bad about, one or the other person. We spoke ill about him, or he spoke something about me. All that we start thinking about it, how we have resolved, how we have come together, or what we have done to resolve that matter. Those things are just away from our minds, right? Now think all about that, the success stories, whatever small things you have done in a better way. Try to think more about it. Repeat what you learn. Again, R for repetition. Repeat what you learn. The best technique to retain things is to teach somebody. How will you do that? The person is not able to score well. She's scoring lesser than you. Call her. Catch hold of her and tell her, I'm going to teach you this. Come. It's not selfishness. You are going to help her, and somewhere you also learn. So try to teach others and have mutual discussions. That's how you start learning. I mean, that can retain in a better way. Okay, when you have mutual discussions and when you teach others, these are the best forms rather than having rote method. Rote method is just memorizing it, right? Instead of that method, try to make use of these discussions and also repetitions. Also reflect on your accomplishments. For example, you have got you scored 70 in the previous exam, and after maybe the earlier exams you were able to score 60 or 35 or 40, and the last exam you scored 70. Reflect on that accomplishments and think, don't have overconfidence, but at the same time think that when I can do this, I can even I can get score in a better way also. I can score 80 also this time. Okay, so try to accomplish and reflect on all these things in a better way. Okay, rather than thinking negative. E for again, have a growth mindset, not the fixed mindset. I'll tell you what is growth and what is fixed mindset. How many of you know what is growth mindset and fixed mindset here? How many of you know about it? Anybody? Okay, so let me explain. So growth mindset is all the time thinking about how I can improve. When somebody tells ill about us, or when somebody is criticizing us also, The person who has growth mindset will always think, okay, I will let him do it. I will show what has to be done. Being very assertive all the time, that is growth mindset. But a fixed mindset, the person with a fixed mindset always gets into negative thoughts. Okay, he feels that, okay, my neighbor is telling all these things, so I will not be able to do it. Come on, no. Whatever she said, she told me last time also that I will fail, and I failed. Okay, this is a fixed mindset. But growth mindset, somebody who always thinks an opportunity, he gets an opportunity to grow in one way or the other. Wherever he gets any chance, he simply thinks in a way that he can help to grow himself. Next is enjoy what you have, not what you don't have. Think about what are the resources that I have. What am I good at? Not, don't think about your weakness more. Think about your strengths. I'm good at talking. I'm good at viva. I'm good at listening skills. I have good listening skills. So whatever is listened, I can listen properly and then I can work on it. If somebody is reading aloud, then I can work on it. So try to make use of all your strengths rather than your weaknesses. Okay, try to do that. And also exercise can help you. See, I told about parents sometimes they are responsible, because see, I'll tell you, they are not doing it intentionally. Cortisol rates are high in children because of parents. That's what most of the experts are talking right now. So these researchers have given that kind of reports, but they are not intentionally doing it, right? We are also wired in that same way. We have been programmed. Our parents have programmed us in that way. That's why our parents are also like this, and we are also brought up like that. That's why we are, and that's how we treat our children as well. Now somebody is coming and guiding us something and talking about cortisol rates and all that things. Okay, now what to do, ma'am? My cortisol rate is already high. What should I do? You still have time to exercise. Just 3 minutes exercise, more than enough. Just 3 minutes. I mean, if you can do exercise for 3 minutes, can be done only for 3 minutes. 3 minutes exercise is more than enough to decrease the cortisol rates. Okay, try to do that. And then your choice, you have to use the best environment to sit and study. This is very important decision. You feel that your mama is not letting you sit quietly, there is no calmness, parents are not letting you sit, change your environment, because you are the one who will be facing it. I'm telling you this. Go and sit in the library. Don't sit at home. Home is not the best place for you to sit, because there is no calmness. You feel that there is chaos all the time, confusion all the time. Leave it. Go and sit in the library. Tell your mama, I will sit in the library and study. You can come there anytime. So public library you can opt for. Okay, or else you can go and stay somewhere where you are alone. That environment you have to choose, and make sure you take that important decision right up. You are matured enough to understand all that. Try to enhance the senses, like, touch and feel of the book, smell of the book. All the senses can help you get your content retained. For example, your mama is preparing a biryani and you are memorizing an answer. You can enhance that sense when mama is preparing biryani. That smell. She's frying the onions, and I'm getting this answer. So try to enhance all that, and during the time of exams, you will remember all of that. You will remember through those senses. You will remember the answer as well. Try to enhance those senses. Okay, that is a way of retention again. And then limit your desires. You should know what are your desires and what are your needs. So mobile or distractions or screens are not meant for you right now. During the exams, make sure that these desires can be delayed for some time. We can reduce it. Okay, we can live without these gadgets. Make sure that you limit your desires and learn from the mistakes. Whatever has happened in the past, the mistakes that I've done, This time I'll not do it. Make sure that all these mistakes are rectified before you go to the next exam. And the learning language, as I told, you have to know what is your learning language. What makes you learn better? Are you a visual learner? Or are you a kinesthetic learner or an auditory learner? Whether you learn by listening to others, by seeing the things, by drawing or diagrams, or what is it that you like, or by doing things on your own projects or something, the practical things what you do, that is you're able to retain that in a better way. You have to identify that. And learning language, once you know, you will be able to facilitate yourself in a way far better than, when you compare with the rest of the crowd, with the rest of the children. Most of the children are not aware of their learning language. Okay, what kind of learning language the child has? Most of them are not aware of. So I'm making you get that particular thing, that, try to make sure that your learning language has to be assessed. And then comes A. A for, again, your strengths. Come on, can anybody tell me what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are you good at? Anyone can unmute and tell me what are you good at? Could you please? Anyone? No. Okay, you are able to memorize things faster. Mashallah. What else you are good at? Some other strengths you have? Anyone else? Jazakallah for sharing. Anyone else wants to share? Anyone else? Okay, so there are, okay, remember things easily. That's great. That's great. So maybe you are able to access your retention in a way, and you are able to know exactly in what ways you have to retain the things. That's why it is happening. But sometimes what happens, mother is a visual learner and she says you have to draw the diagram and study. But unfortunately, the child is an auditory person and he feels better when he listens to somebody and then he answers. That is, in a better way, he can retain things. But the mother doesn't understand. Mother says, no, 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 you have to sit and draw. You draw the diagram, you draw this mind mapping, you do, and then you'll score better. No, you can't do it. Because the retention way of retaining things, retention power is something different. The child is totally different than the mother. So each one has his own learning styles, his own strengths. So make sure your strengths are, you analyze it, what kind of strengths you have. And also adhere to the schedules that you have, subject wise, chapter wise, sub topics, whatever you have, try to make sure that you have all that intact. Okay, make sure that that routine is maintained in such a way that, this time is mentioned and I have to finish it off. I have to finish the subject. In this subject, this chapter, be very specific. Be very specific. Specific is terrific. So try to make sure that you're specific about your subjects, what you're learning, what you're studying at one particular point of time. And also make sure that you have very good ventilation, like air, light, water should be there with you. Okay, and ask for help whenever you need. That is asking for help from your friends or your teachers anytime. Anytime. Your parents also, anytime. Just ask for their help. And another thing is, accept your values. Somebody may come and tell you, it's all right, take a chit and go. The values that are taught to you is to be implemented during this troublesome times. It's not during the rest of the time. When do we usually, we talk about truthfulness, we talk about honesty, we talk about so many things. But when it really, when that trial comes, when we are in that trial zone, we hardly remember all that values. So make sure the values that are taught to you, to be very honest, to be truthful, to not cheat, all these things, Actually, you have to implement it during the time of exams, because that is the exam, that is the place where you are tested in all possible ways. It's not just a test here, it's even the test there. When I was teacher, I was lecturer, and I was even teaching them value based education. So Quran and other things were taught. What happened is I have caught few students in malpractice, and unfortunately the exam was Quran. So the subject is Quran, and you know, just imagine the irony there. They are learning something about Quran and again have malpracticing. So what exactly is there in the heart? I mean, that exam should come from that whatever they are learning, it should come from within, that applicability should be there. When it is not applied, whatever is learned, then there's no point learning all these, right? That's the thing. And have very good care about mental and physical health. This is again very important. Make sure you have physical and mental health. Your physical and mental health is taken care of. Okay, that's very important. Now, are you really are you really excited to know more about the expert tips? Come on. How many of you want now expert tips, which I share with those people whom I have one-on-one sessions? These are the expert tips which nobody will tell you. Okay, this is something which I usually give it to those people, those children who come for one-on-one sessions with me. Okay, the first thing is, okay, type excited. Okay, type excited. Okay, the first thing is plan your day. All easy subjects on one day, all tough subjects on one day will not work. The easy subjects and tough subjects, both should be managed. You have to manage both. I mean, make sure that you will have at regular intervals, you will have the subjects, easy subjects, and then the tough subjects. So like that, you have to have that balance every day. Okay. At least 1 hour tough subject should be there, so that you have that balance. Next is your once you finish your heavy topic, solve any lighter topics. Heavy topics you finish solving, sit for a while, and then slowly go and solve one or the other light papers, which is very easy for you. Okay. And then if you are answering the board exams, minimum 6 set of previous question papers are to be solved. Minimum, I mean it. Minimum. It's like, at least I prefer if you have 10 years, but otherwise at least 6 years of previous question papers. You should know by that time you will be able to analyze what kind of, repeated questions you get. And you will be able to prepare for all those easily. Okay. Another major thing which most of us ignore is that we we do not have mock exams at home. How many of you have conducted mock exams at home? How do you do it? Mock exams, how do you do it? If you have done it, type done. Otherwise, you have not attempted any mock exam. Okay, you practice with past papers. Mock exam in the sense you sit for the same duration, you sit with the same environment and the same attire, even your dresses, your uniforms, your IDs, everything, your shoe, your socks, everything in place. You are sitting like the same student as you're sitting in the classroom. Why you do this? Because your mind will take all these things. How many of you feel, I'll tell you why I have to do all this mock tests are to be done. How many of you feel that whenever you enter the classroom, you forget the things what you've read? Yeah, when you enter the examination hall, you forget, and the moment you come out of it, you remember. Oh shit, I forgot this answer. I knew it, ma'am. I knew it. It was at the tip of my tongue and I forgot. Always it happens. Yes. Only one? What about others? Come on. There are so many here in the group. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. No direct message, please. It's all right. Okay. So why it happens? The mind is not able to accept the change that has happened. I mean, every time you enter the classroom, it is normal. No anxiety, no fear. But during the time of exams, you have a special fear. That is the reason the mind is not able to accept that fear, and that change is something new. So the comfort zone, out of comfort zone, something is happening. That's where the mind is not able to accept that change. So in order to stop that, what you need to do is come with the same attire, the same uniform, the same shoes and the socks and the water bottle and the ID, your watch, all accessories, whatever you want for your exams. I mean, normally what you do where you go for your exams, the same thing you have to use here also at home. Same duration, same environment with maybe a water bottle handy, and then keep all the things away and do it. That is where you try to understand the mind. The mind is able to understand that this is okay. Okay, this is okay, this is something normal, every time it happens. Okay, that is how you do it. Now, how many of you, again, I would like to give some tips here, some small tips. Whenever you start your revision, when you're revising, make sure you blink your eyes. Eye exercise is very important. Blink your eyes often. I mean, make sure that you close your eyes for some time, at least three or four, at least up to 10 seconds, and then release it. Okay. So in between, you have to keep on doing this. Even your eye exercise can do it without the head movement. Just place your finger and just, turn it across, maybe left to right. Then this you have to see like this. Keep your eye movement only without moving your head, and then bring it like this also, vertical and horizontal, vertical and horizontal. Okay, both. So that's how you need to do. And also wash your eyes and face at regular intervals, because a lot of times what happens is you are not able to take care of your face, your facial, your what I call it is, you are not able to get that a glow on the face whenever you revise, right? For that reason, what you need to do is wash your eyes and face at regular intervals. That can lower your stress. The stress in your eyes will be lowered. Now tell me, I want to give you one special tip here. Anybody knows about reverse reading? How many of you know about reverse reading here? What is reverse reading? Anyone? No. If you are reading for a long time, maybe 2 hours and 3 hours, and then you are not able to concentrate. How many feel like that? I'm not able to concentrate for a long time, ma'am. After 2 hours, I get tired. Yes, but there is no time to sit also. Without reading, there's no other option. I have to sit and study and complete my portion. So what shall be done? You should have a reverse reading. Reverse reading is nothing but reading from the backwards. You have a small passage. For example, if I read the same passage, or the tips, whatever I have written it down, I can start from here. Cards flash, mapping mind, management time, formula for cards cue, walk short, reading reverse. Got it? That's how you have a passage, then start reverse reading it. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. So reverse reading gives you instant concentration, for if you are losing that concentration, you get instant, uh, you know, uh, concentration in your studies. You just try this. Okay, low concentration level. Then you can even go for a short walk. Short walk in the balcony. You can go for that, or in the terrace also. You can just go and have 2 rounds and then come. That's going to give you lot of stress relief. Just 2 rounds, just run or jog and then come back. It is going to give you a lot of positive benefits here. Also, you can have cue cards, different colors. You can use different colors, cue cards you can make and write all that important points or formulas. If you feel that you are not able to remember the formula, then do this. You can have different cards and stick it in the maybe your rooms, or important, you have a notice board or something, just try to stick there. Okay. And time management technique, I'm going to talk about Pomodoro technique. I will talk about that as well. If you are good at visualizing things and you can remember images properly, you are able to remember all the the colors or the diagrams or the charts. If you're able to remember, which most of us are able to, then use mind mapping and flashcards as a learning process. So mind mapping, you have got a lot of videos on YouTube also about mind mapping. Just go for it. And also use the flashcards for all these, because number of number of colors you use, the number of charts and diagrams you use, that will be helpful for you to retain things in a better way. Okay, that's how you need to do it. How many are able to understand what are the things now? At least you got some insights which your school or your teachers were not telling you. Something new that you learned, my dear children, can you tell me? I've learned something new. Okay. Only one? What about others? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Okay. Reverse reading you got. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about Pomodoro technique. How many of you know about Pomodoro technique? Or how many are hearing for the first time at FT? First time. You don't know what is Pomodoro? Okay. It's a Japanese word actually. Pomodoro is nothing but you have something called, the person who started this particular technique, he was a scientist, and what happened is, he used to like tomato shaped one timer which was placed, a tomato shaped timer was there. Pomodoro is nothing but uh, tomato. Okay, so he used this particular timer to manage his time. That is how it became very prominent in later stages, and he decided to spread this word across to so many people, and many of them were able to manage their time. So we will also do that same thing right now, which has been following from, people have been following this since many years. So let us try to follow that as well now, because this is the high time for us also. We have to manage our times. So decide the task what you want to do. The very first thing what you need to do is decide the task, what kind of task you will be doing. Okay, and then set the timer accordingly. Set the timer. Set the timer and see if it is for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So maximum you can set, you can do it for 1 hour. Okay, but set the timer. Ideally, we would recommend that you would do it for 20 to 25 minutes. So once you set the timer 25 minutes, work on that particular timer or that task what you want to complete. So after 25 minutes, I'm going to finish 2 chapters, or I'm going to finish 1.5 chapters, or I'm going to finish 3 of the long essays. So something like this, whatever task you want to do it, just finish that particular task, work on that. When the alarm is ringing, just put a check mark of till where you have completed. Okay, till where you have completed. And then take 5 minutes break. Small 5 minutes break without using mobiles. No gadgets for this break. Please make sure that Pomodoro is a technique where gadgets are not used. You can take any kind of 5 minutes break can be done you can go to washroom, you can drink water, you can just have a gossip with your parents or somebody, and then come and sit. You can even go and sit, and ideally you can just simply close your eyes and sit for a while. You can even maybe prepare a juice or something, or snack or something, and then come and have this. So that's what I mean here is no taking any kind of screen in between. Then after that 5 minutes, again set another alarm for 25 minutes. Set the alarm again for 25 minutes and again repeat it. So this kind of 4 Pomodoro techniques, 4 Pomodoro tasks are to be done. 4 times you have to set the alarm and 4 tasks are to be completed. Once you finish that, take a long break of 25 to 30 minutes. That is called Pomodoro technique. Got it? Once you complete that 4 turns, then you have to take 20 to 25 minutes or 30 minutes break. Again, no screen here. Screen will be only at the end of the day. That is what Pomodoro technique, and that helps in a lot of productivity in your children, in you as a student, as a child. We have to do this. This creates, it boosts our energy to do something. Okay, so try to make sure that you follow this Pomodoro technique. Next comes a small thing about the health. I know it is very important to take care about the health. Make sure that you are taking you're putting considerable effort in taking care of your health, because health matters a lot. Don't skip any of the meals. If you have that habit from the beginning, it's okay. Otherwise, please make sure that you don't skip. No heavy food at this time. No junk foods or heavy foods like biryani and all that. Don't try to eat at this point of time, because it's not going to help you in digestion. Because when we are reading, when we are revising, your body is heated up. Okay, so eating more of these kinds of food also can cause a lot of harm in the body also. Okay, then have a lot of nuts, fruits, and water. No screens, at least see to it that if you want to have the optimal benefit of revising, and taking the best benefit of the time, then you have to see to it that your movies and screens are reduced. Meditation. How many of you know about meditation? Any particular meditation that you know for concentration and studying? Anyone? Okay, Salah. How many of you are getting that ease? Once you pray, you get that pranayama. Okay. It is the meditation, different meditations are there. Of course, Salah is something which is beyond all others. Yes, breathing techniques, but what? See, this one of the techniques, 2 techniques I'm going to show here. Okay, first thing is alternative nostrils. Breathe with alternative nostrils. Just close one nostril, breathe, inhale, then exhale through this nostril. Now again, inhale, exhale. Okay, inhale, then close this nostril, exhale. That's how. This is alternative nostril, which is highly recommended by people for these kinds of, for concentration. Next is again retention breathing. It's nothing but retaining the breath. That is, you have to breathe in, inhale, keep your breath for some time, and then exhale. Stop your breath for some time and exhale. Just a moment. So meditation, is like you inhale for 4 seconds, keep your breath for 5 to 6 seconds, and exhale up to 8 seconds. That's how. And this, when you do this, you will be focusing on your breathing, and that's how you will be able to do it. Okay, deep breaths clear your mind. Of course, of course. And Salah is exceptionally good. I know this is nothing to do with any other things, and this is, these are all secondary. But Salah is something that we do mindlessly, unfortunately, right? So make sure you do it mindfully and take the benefit. And then comes sound sleep. Uninterrupted sleep is a must for good retention power. What happens is, it's like recharging your mobile phones. How do you recharge your phone? How do you charge your phone? How do you do it? You need the plug, right? You have to depend on the charger, and your sleep is like a charger. Whatever you have learned, your subconscious mind is able to abstract everything. It is extracting everything. I'm sorry, it's not abstract. It is like extracting everything, whatever you have learned, and it will be storing in the baggage. For that, you need some kind of rest, and that is sleep. So if you're a parent and you're not letting your child sleep, then that is again the mistake that you're doing. Make sure the child has good sleep, sound sleep. And at nights, if you have the habit of reading at night, then have a little coffee or tea or something handy. It's not very bad. Yeah, few hours of course, if you feel that it's okay, for few hours you can have coffee, but not to the extent that it may lead to some hazards. So it may have some negative effects also. It will have, I'm sure it will have negative effects in the long run if you have always coffee and tea at night. When you have that tea and coffee at night, what happens is your sleep, your sleep hormones will deactivate. Eventually, your hormones will deactivate. You will not get sleep at all at night, which is causing again imbalance in the nature. Okay, that will cause a lot of trouble. So kindly avoid. But for your exam time, if you feel okay, I need to sit for 2 3 hours extra, then I need a cup of coffee, or maybe half a mug of coffee. Then you can have it. That's not an issue. That's not a problem. Okay, but don't, in the long run, always having coffee, always having tea. In the Middle East, you have this kind of trend, having teas and coffees in the late nights, and you are trying to cause imbalance in your nature, in your body, and that will again, as I told you, the hormones which is letting you sleep, your sleep hormones will be affected. Okay, now a small technique which I want to share with you. It's about the concentration technique. As I told you, the first thing is about reverse reading. Okay, this is again going to help you a lot. As I told you, to get instant concentration, do this. Okay, when you're really tired, you don't know what to do. Mama, I want to sleep also, but I want to study also. You have those mixed emotions, then do this. Dot meditation. Tratak is something that is the dot meditation. Again, Salah is the best here. Dot meditation is, you have to make a dot just in your eye level. At your eye level, place a dot somewhere and then start looking at it. This is the same concentration method which is used in our prayers also when we have a Salah, right? We use the point of sajda as a dot, and we make use of this, but unfortunately, our we are not mindfully making or using this particular technique. So for this, meditation is highly recommended for students who are not able to concentrate, or those are really fidgety, you don't want to sit in one place, then these things are recommended. Dot meditation or Tratak is one of the things. Then you have alphabet hunting. Take a passage in any of the books, books you have, any kind of book, I randomly any book you can take, and then go and search for number of A's in the passage, or number of E in the passage. Start counting. How many are there? How many are there? How many are there? Okay. Then what happens? You get that concentration and you are able to sit for a longer time. Even mandala arts, Sudoku kind of things also you can do it. Short breaks, as I told, you can take that short break and do these kinds of things. Nature walk, just go and have, a nature study also can be done. You can, instead of going simply walking, you can take that book and go and study there. So that will give you a lot of relief. Sometimes, walking and studying, sometimes that can give you a lot of comfort. Okay, so make sure that you do all these things. Then a small technique which I want to share with you, just a small technique. By 9 o'clock I'm going to complete my entire session, inshallah. So stay tuned. This is the last slide that I have. Okay, so will you be there? Those who have promised are not with me now. Few of them have left. I'm sure you will be here with me till the end. Yes or no? Yes, come on. That's the spirit. MashaAllah. Got it. So this is a small technique which I use for students who come for, and I mean my uh, main programs for teenagers. What I have. So this is the program that I usually have this. Okay. So what happens is this is called the color of calmness. You have to just imagine a place, a quiet place where you can sit and you can visualize certain things. So whenever you feel stressed, whenever you want to calm down, you want to remove all that toxic thoughts from your head, then do this technique. You can I'll be sharing you with the recording also. You can just fast forward it, and the last part you can reuse that or watch that again, and then use this particular, as per my commands, you can use that particular technique again. Okay, this color of calmness is the technique which helps your mind to stay away from all kinds of toxic thoughts. Okay, so it's like you have to visualize any one place. Maybe it's your car, maybe the park, or your room, or your washroom. Sometimes anything, it depends. So people have different what do you call it, scenarios. They feel they are far better in the washroom, or they have calmness in the car, something like this. So it depends on each one of you. Okay, so I will be giving you the commands. Let us start. How many are there to participate with me? Write on participate. Write in the chat box that you are participating with me. I have more than 10 people. I want all of you. More than 15 are there right now. Alhamdulillah. I want all of you to comment here. Only then I will start. Come on. Participate. Type in participate. You will join with me in my visualization technique. Come on. Nobody? Okay, I'll wind up. I will wind up then. Okay. Others. Others. It's just for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. It's all right. It's not just for students. At least you want calmness, Samina. You want to be stress free, then do this. It's not just for students. This is for both. Okay. Ready? Samina is ready. Okay. So let's begin. Bismillah. So just imagine yourself in a room. Okay. Or a car, or anywhere you feel that you can get relief from stress. Slowly close your eyes, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Again, inhale. Exhale. Slowly focus on your breathing. Think about your breath. Just focus on inhaling and exhaling right now. Be as normal as you are. Normal breath. Shift your focus onto one particular place or a room or an area where you love to be. You want your stress to be removed. So, which is that place? Just think about it. Just see around what is there inside that particular area or that room. We want to talk about the furnitures there. Just want to see everything there, to see what is in and around that room. Feel that particular space, the aroma, the calmness, the serenity that is there. Just see about the cushions or the curtains that you have, or if it is in the washroom, just look around the tiles or the faucets or the accessories that you have in the washroom. Just go and feel by touching those things how it feels to you. What have you got to say about these? Try to express that. What is that feeling that you're getting when you enter that room? Slowly go near the window or the ventilation and just visualize as if there is a radiant light coming towards you, falling on your face. Just imagine that light or that glow is on your face and it is spreading across to your entire body. It could be in the form of light, it could be in the form of a gel, it could be in the form of a liquid, anything. It's just entering your body. You are associated with it. The entire liquid or that entire sunlight or the rays that are falling are bringing so much of it's bringing so much of calmness in you. All your unwanted thoughts are drained. It has got the magnetic power to take out all that unwanted, toxic, unhealthy talks which are there in the mind. The words which were taunting or which were causing trouble, they are all extracted from there. It's all taken away. Only the bright, calm light is just entering the body. It's just flowing throughout the body. The face is glowing and it is now entering or it is moving towards the neck, the chest, also our arms. We are feeling a lot of relief now. We're having a lot of calmness. Centering your bellies, all that unwanted fishy things which are there in the body is all taken away. Now it is entering the legs. And when it is associated with our legs. Whatever pain and stress that we had was all gone. It's blowing with the calmness. It is trying to blow towards the entire body parts. Each and every part of the body is getting associated with it, giving us relief. Slowly focus on your breathing. Again, inhale. Keep the breath for some time and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you feel okay, just rub your hands and then place it over your eyes. Slowly open your eyes when you're feeling comfortable. So this is again the color of calmness that we have just completed. Okay, those who ever have promised to be here are gone. Right? It's all right. It depends. So with this, I would like to conclude my session. Just a small request. Just follow me on all these social media platforms that you can see. You can follow me on Instagram, even YouTube, and also my Facebook channels you have. How many are there following me? How many are there who are already followed, have already followed me? Anyone? Okay. Okay. Shan is there on YouTube. Okay. Yasmin is there. Got it. So others, can I share with you the link where you can give me a small review about the program that we have today? How was the session, the entire session? Put it in the chat, in the group as well as in the link which I'll be sharing with you. Yes, on WhatsApp also. Okay, on WhatsApp you don't have to you don't have to follow me much because I usually have only the groups, but on Instagram and Facebook I keep a few of the videos and all these things, my live sessions will be there. So that's how you can get connected. So if you are, can I ask you that, can I get your reviews also somewhere, if you don't mind? I will be sending you the link of my own group where you can, my my link where you can send the reviews. Is it okay? Is it okay? Just a moment. I'll be just sending you the link to send some reviews. You can even use this particular platform, that is the study tips, that group is there, which you are there already a part of this group. So just use that particular platform to even send messages regarding the session today so that others also can get motivated. No, they get inspired at least. So I will be just sharing it in the group, in the chat here, the link. Kindly make sure. Oh, just a moment. Am I asking too much? This is the review link. Kindly make sure that you press that review link and then give your reviews about the session. Anyways, can anybody tell me here how was the session? Anyone can unmute and tell me, please. One small request. Anybody would like to volunteer and tell how was the session? Very helpful tips. Kids are deciding to do the things differently. Thank you. Okay, so you felt that there is a need for such things, such tips or such sessions. What do you say?
It was
Yes,
very
sir.
nice session, very, very helpful. Both my children really loved it, and there are lots of things that they feel that they knew, and a lot of things were new, and they have decided that they will do something about it. What they are lacking, and from my side, what I need to do, that also has to be done. So they're very happy. Actually, in the first session, first part, when you were talking about what parents do, so it was like looking at me and okay, this is what you also do. And many things were like I tell them, or many things that as a parent I do. So they say, okay, ma'am is telling so many things. Now you concentrate in here. So it was nice, and I think we should have such sessions where even we realize what mistakes we are making, and as children they also get a opportunity to know that what they are doing also is not something which is unique to them. It is something which is very common, and all children and parents go through it. So that gives you a lot of comfort, and I think it is very interesting. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so much, Afshan, for putting across your words here. This means a lot to me also because when people comment here, when people talk something like this, it gives me that motivation also, so that I can also do something. Just one word, yes, ma'am, it was helpful. Yes, it is great. It doesn't give me that motivation also. Spending 2 hours and telling just one word, it's like short answers. Right. So whatever you have told, Alhamdulillah, at least, it gives me that spirit that I can do something for the community, and whatever I'm doing is something worth it. I feel like that when in just one word, when people tell, it is like sometimes I feel, okay, was it only I just have to talk about that, and the entire 2 hour session is just put with one word. Okay, it was interesting, it was good, it was great, it was alarming, it was marvelous, or something like this, or it was amazing. That's it, nothing else. So I feel bad about it, seriously. But when you talk about these things, it really gives me that motivation. Anyone else would like to share, please? Just 2 more minutes. Within 2 more minutes, I'm going to wind up. Anyone else would like to share? Okay, very informative and useful, inshallah. Will come in handy for me. Okay, these tips will come in handy. Okay. Okay, anybody would like to unmute and talk about this? Okay, so I expect that at least in the group and also in the link, you would be sharing your reviews. Thank you so much for being here with me. Jazakallah khair. May Allah help us. I think Tasmina is telling no. For what reason? I didn't understand, Tasmina. You don't want to comment your, or I didn't understand. Anyways, it's okay. So thank you for being here. May Allah accept all our good deeds, whatever we are doing. May Allah reward us for the same, inshallah. And may all our children be the assets for all of us. And we are there in the Jannat al-Firdaus, united together, inshallah. Okay, let us hope so. With that, I would like to conclude. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.